like I skate into it. I get stuck. Steve-O has to pull me out with a rope, and like, and the cactus started breaking, and I almost like fell like farther down where it would have been like a rescue mission like needed.
This is back to your story.
First time, Zach, my brother.
What is up?
How are you doing, man?
Good, dude. Really good.
I truly appreciate from the bottom of my heart you coming on the show.
Yeah, dude. No problem. I'm happy to be here.
I like, you know, when I first started following you and seeing all your work and everything that you've done with the Jackass crew, man, like you are one of the most exciting things to happen to comedy in a very long time, my
Thanks,
friend.
Man.
People just tuning in, right? Why don't you give them kind of like a brief introduction, like who you are, you came from, little.
I'm Zack Holmes. I'm known for doing really dangerous things, really stupid things. Yeah, I'm from Indiana originally, and now I I just do stuff with the Jackass guys and whatnot.
Holy shit, man! You know, for your entire life, have you always been one of the wild fucks?
Somewhat, yeah. I mean, like, I started making videos when I was really young. Probably like 9 years old, but I was making like little skits and stuff with my friend. We were trying to make like full-on movies and shit, and then but it always ended up us doing stupid shit, like all the time. Yeah. So I mean, I've been doing like really dumb shit since I was a kid,
Yeah,
and somehow turned it into a job.
it's like the craziest thing, man.
Yeah.
How old are you?
31.
31, right? So, you know, you grew up on Jackass, I grew up on Jackass. Like, they inspired a generation of kids to just constantly push the fucking limit.
Yeah.
Right? For you, like, you started making content at what age?
I was making videos when I was like 9.
Okay.
Yeah, and then like I was like learning how to video edit and all that stuff too. I was really interested in just filmmaking in general at a young age. And then I got my first video camera when I was 9, and I started like making stuff. I didn't really start. Then I started posting stuff on YouTube, like when it first came out, and like MySpace video, all that kind of stuff. You know, back just whatever I could post on. And then I started having viral videos when I was in middle school and high school, and that, you know, it was mainly I was filming my friends doing stupid shit, and then eventually it got to the point where it's like, okay, now I'm doing this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like we even like sold DVDs of like all the stupid shit we would do like,
Really?
in school. Yeah.
Okay.
Sort of, yeah, it was pretty fun just doing that kind of stuff. Then like we weren't allowed to like sell the DVDs in school anymore, and like we'd get in trouble all the time.
What, like some parents found out about the
like,
DVDs?
It was like the teachers and stuff, and like the parents, they would see like all of the stuff we were doing. Like lighting each other on fire and like doing stupid shit.
Wait, you guys seriously lit each other on fire?
Yeah. Like I almost got expelled from high school. I was about to get expelled from high school for just they said I was doing this, but not like how they made it sound. Like they were saying that I was recruiting people to light themselves on fire, which was not really the case. It was more like we were doing stupid stuff, and then occasionally maybe someone would be on fire.
Okay.
But like, this doesn't really help. And so I googled like I googled like what's the safest way to light yourself on fire.
Shut the heck up.
Because like I was just trying to figure out how to do this and not like hurt ourselves. Because I've known people who've gotten burned really bad and stuff. And I mean, I don't suggest anyone ever do that.
Yeah.
You know, because it's like it is really fucking dangerous. You know. There's like a lot of training that comes with all that stuff, but like we didn't have access to like fucking the fire safety gel or any of that stuff, so we're just doing, you know, whatever we could do.
So when one Googles how to properly light yourself on fire, will you Google that really quick? I need to see this shit.
I found this video of this guy who was like, he was like trying to be a stunt. He was like he was trying to be a stunt person. And he made a tutorial on how to light yourself on fire safely. That is definitely not online anymore.
It's not?
That guy's at least, like, you know, I definitely used it, and I didn't get burned that bad.
Oh, thank God. Yeah. What does it say, Tyler?
I looked up what are some techniques to briefly light yourself on fire without inducing burns. This might sound unconventional, but I'd go with blue chip art. Oh, no.
No, that's a Basquiat painting. That's definitely not.
Here we go. Here we go. 3 ways to hold fire. Remove all rings and other jewelry before getting started.
Yeah, good.
Watch out for loose-fitting clothing and long hair. It's best to wear short sleeves. And don't leave any part of your hand exposed. Submerge your whole hand in alcohol.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I mean, I don't really want to get into the exact what we're using, just because I don't want other people to do it.
I get that.
But yeah, we were using whatever this method was that I found, and yeah, one thing that I did wrong at first was it was like you had to wear layers of clothing and stuff, and I had this hoodie on that had this giant metal zipper on it, dude. It got so hot and burnt the shit out of me.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I've gotten burned a couple times really bad, like later on from other things, like when I did the firecracker vest, which I called the suicide vest at the time, where I like just strapped like the rolls of firecrackers to myself. I didn't really think about how I taped it to me. I didn't really think about the fuse.
Yeah.
And the fuse was taped to me, so that was just burned all over my body. So I had 2nd and 3rd degree burns everywhere.
Holy shit, dude.
And like you can't even really like explain like how that happens,
Yeah.
you know? Like so I didn't even go to the ER for that. I was just like, I'm gonna just hope for the best.
No way.
Tons of like Neosporin, painkillers, and like whatnot, dude. It was bad. It was bad, dude.
Holy shit, dude. When you started getting into this at a young age, what did your family think about all of it?
They hated it. They hated it. Like at first they were happy that I was making videos and doing all this stuff. But then with all like the stunt stuff, they like quickly were like, yeah, I'm going to like the hospital and doing this and that. And just my friends getting hurt. They're like, this is dangerous. You shouldn't be doing this. But I was like, there's something good will eventually come from this. And good things did come along the way. But there was a lot of times where, I was hurt or my friends were hurt and stuff.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. Yeah. It's kind of crazy because I look back at, my own time, like when I was doing crazy shit. Like for me, it was like running into a Del Taco naked and screaming all the small things on top of one of the counters and shit like that. But for you, lighting yourself on fire, it's like you took it to a whole nother level.
Yeah.
What was I guess what was the inspiration behind all of it? Was it like that you wanted to be a stuntman, that you wanted to create, just funny content, or?
Well, like, I'm from Indiana. There really isn't like a lot to do there. So like we were just like having fun doing stupid shit, and we were just trying to make like the craziest or funniest things we can think of, And like definitely Jackass was like an inspiration to me. But they also say like don't try this at home, and that's like
of course
I definitely tried it at home a lot. Don't recommend anyone does that. But yeah, because you will get hurt like eventually. It doesn't matter. Like you will. Like, yeah.
I feel like this is going to be like an ongoing theme. Like, don't try this out. Don't. But that's what Jackass does well. Is that they really want to push the limit and say, hey, don't do this at home. We are trained professionals.
Yeah.
Right. When because you started making DVDs and selling them, how did that even all come about?
I just wanted to like people to see my videos and stuff, and like people were like wanting to buy them and stuff in school, and I had like a core group of friends that we were doing all this stupid stuff with, and we would just sell like the DVDs in school. Like we're like, oh, we're gonna make this movie and then show it to our friends, you know? And we started doing that, and like we would put stuff online too, but it wasn't as like. That wasn't as like big of a thing yet, like just posting stuff online. And like there was like limits on how long things could be.
I remember that. Yeah.
So, we were just like trying to figure out what can we do to like show like a longer form content at the time.
When YouTube first came out, was there a limit on time? Let's check that out because I believe there was.
Oh, there definitely was.
Right.
And then you had to like be on there for a period of time. Or like have like certain statistics you could hit before you could like upload longer videos. And I think it was like at 20 minutes was the longest for like a while.
Was it?
Now you can upload like
forever.
Anything.
Forever. What's it say?
Users could actually upload clips that were longer than 10 minutes. Though without limits, it was easy to upload it wasn't easy to upload full length copyrighted content.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it was just like a different time and a different generation. What was the title of your guys' first DVD?
I think it was Region Rats.
Why?
It was just because like the area where we lived was called the Region in Indiana. It's like Northwest Indiana, and I don't know why it's called the Region, honestly. But like it's more of a suburb of Chicago, really, in the end of the day, because like we're like 45 minutes from Chicago, but you only get Chicago news. Like, you don't even hear about the rest of Indiana there.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Like, even if you go on Craigslist, like, it's under Chicago.
Damn,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
And so what was like your core group of friends? Like how many people was it?
It was like maybe like it was like 6 or 7 people.
And so you knew in your heart, did you truly know in your heart, like if I keep on doing this, I can make something of it?
Yeah, I mean I found that out early on too. Like I was making videos for a long time, like for like years, and then it was in high school is when it started to become like actually like profitable and
Really?
stuff. Like I was licensing videos to, like TV shows and websites a lot.
Oh shit.
And so that was like one of the things where I was like, oh, like I can actually like make money from this, like more money than from like a normal job,
Yeah.
you know? And that was, that was cool. Like that was really cool to be able to do that and like learning all that stuff, like really young. Like I first started licensing stuff like while I was like, I wasn't even like old enough to be able to do that. So I was like lying about my age so I could do it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love that. I mean, just like the ingenuity of being a young kid and saying, okay, I'm gonna do these stunts, and then you would edit the content too.
Yeah, I'd edit it, put it online, and like some websites would pay if you like break.com used to be like a huge thing where like if you it changed because of a bunch of other things like they knew people bought it or whatever, and then also like they did like this thing where this guy Crazy Mike they did like a collaboration thing with Sony, and this guy I know, Crazy Mike, got really fucking hurt. Like he broke like almost every bone in his body doing this stunt for them. And like it was for like a promotion for oh my gosh, it was like the Ghost Rider prequel thing or whatever they were making.
Okay.
And like he did this motorcycle jump and it was like somehow like miscalculated, and he was supposed to land in the water. The bike was like too powerful to like for the jump. The ramp was like the trajectory was off. It was messed up. It was fucked from the jump, but like he still did it, like thinking, he probably could have made it like at some point, like, if he would have like, I mean, he's really dope. Like he does crazy things. That's why he's called Crazy Mike. But like he just went completely over the water, and he was on fire too. So he jumps over the body of water, misses landing in that completely, and just fucking goes off the bike and just slams onto the like solid ground. Oh, like not even into anything soft, and like breaks a bunch of bones. Was still on fire, got burned.
Were you there?
No, I wasn't there. I just saw the videos and stuff. It was kind of fucked because they they still posted it.
No.
They still used it in the promotion and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, see, I don't understand that. I don't understand why the producers, whoever decided to do something like that, especially how old was he at this time? He was probably young, right?
He was like in his 20s, I think.
Yeah, man, a young kid, man,
Yeah.
a young dude, and yeah, that's really fucked up, bro.
Yeah.
For you, when you started creating the content at a young age, how would you guys even come up with these ideas?
We would just like sit around and like think of like the stupidest shit we could think of, or like what would be like really crazy to do. What's something we haven't seen someone do, or what sounds like it would be fun, just like stuff like that. Like when I first started out, my first thing was like, my main thing was getting hit in the nuts with like different things, like, and I went through like just every possible thing. Like started out with like sports, like stuff like football, fucking baseball, this, that, like batting cage.
No way.
Yeah, like dropping like a sparring bag like off of a house, or like
Wait, hold on, back that up real quick.
Yeah.
You dropped a sparring bag off the top of a house onto your nuts.
Yeah, it was like a 75-pound sparring bag, and it took like 20 tries till we kept missing, and it kept hitting my legs and stuff, and that hurt way more than getting hit in the nuts, honestly. Like it was fucking horrible.
What was your fascination of getting hit in the nuts?
No, it was just like that. There was a couple other people. Like there's this guy Nasty the Horse is what he calls himself. He's dope. He's like definitely the king of nut shots. And but it was like sort of like a trend like at the time, like just people getting hit in the nuts in crazy ways, and I was like sort of part of that. And like I was on this show called G4 Web Suit. Like are you familiar with G4? It was like a digital cable channel. It was mainly about video games and stuff, but they had like shows sort of like Ridiculousness.
Okay.
But they had this show called G4 Web Soup, which is like it's like a spin-off of the show The Soup that's on E!
Oh yeah.
They take like viral video clips online. It was before Ridiculousness and like Tosh.
Is it still on?
No, not anymore.
Okay.
And I was on like the first two seasons of it, like a lot. Every episode on the first season, I had a couple videos in it.
Shit,
And
okay.
then so they flew me out for the season finale of that season. And like I did the skit with them and stuff. It was pretty cool. That was my first time coming to LA.
And how old were you?
I had just turned 18. Like I had freshly turned 18. It was like 2 months. And
Okay, so you're making all this crazy content. You're doing all these
Yeah.
things. You're starting to make a little bit of money,
Yeah.
right? At this point, what does the family think?
They were. I mean, they're still like not stoked that I'm doing dangerous stuff.
Yeah.
But they're like sort of starting to see that, you know, he's like getting on TV, he's doing all this stuff. Like this could be some sort of career path, you know? So they were like open to it a little bit, but they're also very concerned.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you don't mind me asking, like, is your family, are they kind of like blue collar? Like they don't do anything like this?
Oh, no, not
You're
at
completely
all.
different.
Yeah, I'm completely different.
Do you have siblings?
Yeah, I have 2 younger sisters.
They're definitely not doing this
Yeah,
stuff either.
no, not at all.
What was your sister saying around this time?
You know, they were just afraid of what was, you know, gonna happen.
Of course.
Yeah.
But you're starting to see this trajectory, right? You're selling some content, then you get flown out to LA. What
Yeah.
was that experience like? I mean, you're 18 years old.
Yeah, I mean, it was like, it was just like, you know, oh, this is actually fucking happening, you know, like,
Yeah.
like this could be something, and it was really cool. It was dope. Like, it was awesome getting to experience that.
And so you go to Los Angeles,
Mm-hmm.
you do this. What happened next?
Next, like after that, I just kept making more viral videos and stuff, and then, like shortly after that, it was like I was a senior in high school at the time.
Damn, that's crazy.
And like I was just like freshly a senior, and I was like, oh, okay, they were about to expel me for the fire thing, and I was like, well, actually, I'm gonna drop out before you guys expel me. Cause like for some reason I thought like that would look better than getting expelled, you know. And like it's like, what if I wanted to go to college or something? But whatever. Like not that dropping out didn't look good either.
Of course.
But I was like trying to do some damage control there, and also I just didn't care about school anymore. And so I just got my GED like right after I got out.
Nice. I mean, dude, I told you I got my GED as well. You know,
Yeah.
it's kind of crazy when you're younger. You know, I was, they said I had ADHD, right?
Yeah.
And the thing is that 90% of all my classes I could give 2 shits about, right?
Yeah.
You put me in history class, I'm like,
Yeah.
let's fucking go, right? And so I think with little kids, it's just like, you know, you have these kids that have ADD, but then you put them behind video games or whatever they're passionate
Yeah.
about, baseball, this skateboard, whatever, and they are fucking laser focused on it,
Yeah.
right? And so it's like, okay, yeah, you didn't like this, but you're like, I want to do this.
Yeah.
And so it totally makes sense. So you drop out, you get your GED, you're still making content, right?
Yeah, I still was making videos, and then like everything that like my friends I was making videos with like started going off to do other stuff, like getting jobs or going to college or whatever, and I sort of just stopped making videos.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I completely stopped. And then I was just like, I don't know, I wasn't really having fun, you know, anymore.
Yeah.
It sort of sucked, and like, yeah, I just started doing like. I would work like jobs here and there. Got into a lot of drugs. That really wasn't cool. Then I ended up working at Walmart for like 3.5 years. Like after stopping like making videos, and then while I was working at Walmart, I was like, dude, like this fucking sucks, like
Yeah.
so bad.
Yeah.
And then I started working in the photo lab there, which that was cool. And then I was just like, I started making videos a little bit here and there again, and that was really fun. But then I got so I ended up getting arrested for weed in Indiana, and then I had to go to jail for a month.
Wait, what?
Yeah. I
That's fucking.
so
makes sense, though.
so what ended up happening, weed is not legal there at all.
Still to this day, correct?
No, not at all.
That's crazy, bro.
And so I was picking up my friend from this gas station that he worked at, and he was fucking stoned out of his mind, and he ended up setting off the alarm like for the place, because he set the alarm wrong, and then he set it off when he was leaving. So the cops show up and like they see us driving away and follow us, and they're like, I didn't have any weed in the car or anything. There was like some shake on the ground, like on the floorboard of my car, and they're like, they found that, and I was like, you could literally just go like and blow it away, like there's nothing there. And they're like, okay, well, we're gonna mouth swab you, and I'm like, what do you mean?
What?
Like, yeah. So there's like, they had nothing to do, So I was like, no, you're not mouth swabbing me. And then the next, like, so that's like admitting guilt technically by not taking them out. I should have done the mouth swab because I hadn't even smoked that day. And I would have been fine. But they're like, okay, now we're getting a warrant for your blood. Because they're like, they wanted to charge me with like a DUI or something.
No way.
So they get a warrant and weed stays in your system for like at least a month, usually, depending. And I ended up they handcuffed me, took me to the hospital, drew my blood, and then they let me go on my own reconnaissance. But then I was working for like a few more months, and then I got a letter in the mail saying that like they put it in the paper that I was arrested and shit, and then they I ended up getting fired from Walmart, and then I had a court date, and they were like, okay, you can be on probation. Or, you can be on probation. And I was like, yeah, I don't want to do that. And that's not, because like at the time I was like, I wasn't going to stop smoking weed or whatever I was doing. And I was like, and I know a lot of people that get in the probation system and then it fucks them in the end because like they just get stuck in the cycle and they end up having to go to jail anyways.
Yeah.
So I was like, how long do I have to go to jail for? And they're like 2 months, but it was like 2 months do one. And
it's a 2-for-1 special.
Yeah. So I was just like, sign me up. And
no way.
Yeah. So I went to jail for a month, and that was fun, I guess. Not really. It was like, I mean, it was cool. It wasn't that bad, but like definitely not like, I mean, the thing was though, if I wouldn't have went to jail, I wouldn't be here right now because it made me like realize that I don't want to work like a normal job again.
All right.
And I don't want to like just live like a miserable existence.
Yeah.
So I was just like, I want to do things that I like to do, and like I'm gonna make videos when I get out of here. So as soon as I got out, I started making like the craziest stuff I could think of.
Hold the fuck on. First off, they found some crumbs of shake on your floorboard.
Yeah.
And you have to go through all of that. This just doesn't even make sense, right? Like it's fucking crazy. Yeah. There's so many other things out there. So many other real criminals, people that are truly driving intoxicated.
Yeah.
You hit the nail on the head. They're fucking bored.
Yeah,
right?
They literally had nothing to do. It was a small town. It was like I was living in a different part of Indiana too. There was like, if I would have been where I was originally like born and everything, like near Gary, Indiana, none of like it wouldn't even have happened like that. Like it would, but like I was like in bumfuck nowhere. Like they had nothing going on.
Damn, that's so fucking crazy. And so this mouth swab, right? What does that do? It's just good for 24 hours, or
or like you can tell if you smoked weed like that day, I guess. Like,
holy shit, dude!
Just, like,
I didn't even know that they had that. I mean, I knew that they had mouth swabs, but I didn't know that they. Damn, that's crazy. Like, I've grown up in California my entire life. I lived in Florida for a few years, right? Mm-hmm. And so, like, obviously, weed is. I got my first medical marijuana card in 2005, and weed's been legal here for a while now. And I know people that have gone through the system, but traditionally, it's people that were selling weed.
Yeah.
Right? To get locked up for a month. Right, and you would have probation for a couple of years.
Yeah, it would have been like at least a year, and then I would have to tell them like where I'm gonna be all the time. It's just like I didn't even want to stay in that part of Indiana that long.
Yeah.
And I was just like, it's just gonna fuck everything up.
And what was that experience like though? Going in, were you scared, nervous?
Yeah, I mean a little bit, but like I just like I knew it wouldn't be that bad. But, like, it wasn't too crazy. I mean, like, I saw some fights and stuff in there. At first, I was, like, pretty... Like, I grew my beard... Like, I had a little bit of time, so I grew my beard out all crazy. Just, like, trying to look as crazy as possible. Just so no one tries to fuck with me. And then, like... but, yeah, it was, like, scary, like, the first, like, few nights, I guess. But then, like, because there's always someone that comes in, they'll start, like, screaming, like, I don't belong here, like, just like in a movie or some shit.
Yeah.
But I was, like, it got to the point, like, after a while, I was, like, I would get it was funny to me when people would do that because I was like, dude, like shut the fuck up. Like you're not like you definitely belong here. You know? Like you're not the only one that doesn't belong.
I mean,
here.
maybe they don't because you're asked to not belong
maybe
there.
They don't, but like
I know what you're saying though.
yeah, it was just
there's
like,
nothing you can do about it. So shut the fuck up.
Yeah, it was super funny.
Yeah, that's scary though.
Yeah, and then like I got put in this like block with like it was like 4 other dudes. And they were all there for like violent crimes and stuff. Fuck. And I was like the only one there for weed.
Holy
it was
shit.
Like one guy was about to go
dude.
to prison for killing someone. The other person, like the other people like assaulted people.
What goes through your brain at that point, right? You're like, you're in jail with this dude that could literally kill you with a pencil in just a second.
Yeah.
That's fucking weird,
like, what
dude.
the fuck? Yeah, it was just like, I was just like hoping for the best, I guess, really. And it was also funny, there was a brown recluse that was like in the block. But they couldn't find it. And like this one guy already got bit by it. And like they're like, hey, just so you know, there's this brown recluse in here. We don't know where it's at. And I'm like, what, dude? Like
did the guy die? I mean,
no,
he got fucked though.
Yeah, he got fucked from it pretty much. Like it bit him in the ass and like he had to like it was fucked. They had to, the nurse, like whoever it was, he had to get like medical attention like every day.
Brown recluses are more poisonous than black widows, aren't they?
I think so. And like it creates like a crater because it like eats away or whatever. And then like so if you don't get it taken care of right away, it can really fuck you.
Will you look that up? What a brown recluse bite looks like? I don't even know how to spell brown recluse, but I definitely know that they are pretty freaking gnarly. I mean, I've always been pretty terrified of spiders in general.
Yeah.
But let's check this shit out. So brown recluse. So people listening, holy shit.
Yeah.
So for the people that are just listening, I mean, you literally just hit the nail on the head. This dude looks like his what would you say that looks like?
Dude, it sort of like creates like it like eats away, it like kills whatever like all the like the skin and tissue around it too. So
It's like syphilis.
yeah,
but
like,
a bug bite.
Yeah, it'll fuck you up.
Holy shit, that is freaking nasty. I've never seen that before.
Yeah.
I hope I never get bit by a brown recluse.
Yeah.
So that was probably the scariest part of prison.
that was definitely one of the scariest things. Yeah, everything else.
Or
was,
jail. Sorry.
Yeah, everything else was pretty funny. There was like
I love that, dude.
there was this one dude that was in there. This was pretty hilarious. Like they called him Fireball because you know there's like jawbreaker candies like the Fireball ones, like hot candies. They were like, okay, we're gonna take like your part of your tray every day unless you shove this Fireball candy like up your ass right now.
What?
And he just fucking does it immediately, like no fucking qualm. Like he's just like whatever, like just does it.
That dude's had some practice.
Yeah, he just did it immediately. It was like whatever, and like I was like, what the fuck?
Wait a minute, would he do this religiously?
No, they just made him do it that day. They were just fucking with him pretty much, seeing like what he would do, like what he would do if they were like pressing him or whatever. And like he like technically, I mean, like I guess you're supposed to like. He should have like fought them, and then maybe they wouldn't have like fucked with him as much. But they just fucked with him the whole time.
Yeah, I mean, well, I think that's kind of the MO when it comes to jail, right?
Yeah, if they see that they can like fuck with you, they will.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's better to take an ass whooping than shove a fireball.
Yeah,
up your
I mean,
ass.
even if you'd have gotten to like a fight, like they wouldn't have like killed him, or like like just a regular fight.
Yeah,
like,
do fights get broken up though, or do they allow them to go on for a bit?
I mean, it depends where it happens.
Okay,
like but like sometimes they'll let it happen. They don't care.
Yeah, fuck, man. Okay, but so I remember when you first started talking about going to jail, right? You said that you were done. Like you're gonna get out, you're gonna make content, and you were gonna do whatever, pretty much, to make it happen, right? And that's kind of crazy, right? Like going through that experience, now looking back at it, right? That was the precipice of what came next, right?
Yeah.
So when you're in jail, right, you're like, I don't want to work a job anymore. Like, I don't want to work out like a normal 9-to-5 job anymore. Is that like truly like what you were saying to yourself?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah, I was just like, I don't want to do that anymore. Like I want to do like what I want to do in life, pretty much.
I love that, man. That's like one of the greatest things, like doing the podcast, getting to speak to all these different people, is that individuals, when they come on here, they live life on their own terms, right?
Yeah.
They're not, living by this individual telling them to do this, do this, do this, do this, do this, right? And I respect the shit out of that. We just had Jason Ellis on, and that
Oh,
was
hell
just
yeah, he's
fucking
dope.
yeah. He was just
He's
here 2
dope.
days ago, and this motherfucker lives life on his own terms, right? And I
Yeah.
respect the shit out of that. And he's an open book, and I love that about him.
Yeah.
And the same for you, right? So you go to jail, you're having like, I'm fucking done. What was next after that?
So when I get out, I started like filming videos again. The first thing I did was I took this it was like around 4th of July when I got out. So there's a lot of fireworks like being sold and stuff at the time. And I found this I went to this place and I was like, "Oh, what can I do? Like what kind of stunt can I do?" And I was just looking at all the fireworks and I was like, I thought of the suicide vest thing then, but I didn't do it yet. I was like, I don't want to. Maybe I'll do that later. Do something else first. And I saw these Roman candles, but like I saw like some regular Roman candles. It's like, okay, I've been hit by them. People do that all the time. But I found this one that was like way bigger. It's like same thing, but it was just like gnarly. It was like pretty like intimidating, like to shoot.
Like how big?
Like it was just like slightly bigger, but it was like super powerful and like it burst out like it was just like a huge like muzzle flash when you would shoot it.
Yeah.
And after you lit it and stuff. So I came up with the idea of just shooting it at my face, like point blank, and like saying that this is Roman candle Russian roulette. But that doesn't even make sense because like I'm gonna get shot regardless, I put on goggles and stuff so I could like not fuck with my eyes, and then I get it. It fucking just like completely like encapsulates like my face, like the explosion from it, and then it shot me like under here. And I ended up like getting stitches. I had to get stitches because it cut my skin. It cut me open, and I had to get like 5 stitches.
How long did you hold it there for?
Just the one. Just the one shot, and I dropped it because like it burnt my beard and everything. Like it was gnarly. I still have the crazy beard from being in jail, and like it was gnarly.
And you got it on film though.
Yeah, I got it on video and everything, and I posted that. That went pretty viral because it was like it was like all over when I posted that. That clip was just in that movie Don't Look Up.
That's a great movie.
Yeah, it was in that.
That's a great movie. Yeah. Oh, you're right.
Yeah. The launch day thing.
Yes. My wife and I literally just watched that like a month ago, maybe a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
That movie was a mindfuck. Yeah. That's for sure. Oh shit, that was you.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And so you do that. Who filmed that?
Just like one of my friends in that town that I was living in, like he filmed it. It was my friend Luke, and he was like helping me film a lot of these viral videos when I got out of jail.
Holy shit. So you film that video, right?
Yeah.
That starts to get some traction. You get the stitches.
Yeah.
What do you do? Like how often are you filming content at this point?
At least like a couple times a week. Like the next like some it's hit and miss. Some of them weren't that gnarly, some of them were. But like you can't do insane shit all the time. No. So like the next thing I did was that went pretty viral was I put this there's a skate park in Fort Wayne, Indiana, and they have like a spine ramp, and I put the I saw some video of some guy like going up a spine ramp and sort of just like stalling on the middle, like just on the rail part on the spine. And then the board broke on accident and he nut shotted on it. And I was like, what if I did that on purpose? So I put the skateboard out on the spine ramp and just ran and jumped on it from where it was at. And it was a spine that was going into a bowl. So I was able to like actually run and jump. So
so you run up the bowl?
I ran from the top.
From the top. And
yeah. It's like, so I run and then like the spine's out here. So, and that's like, and it's at like level where, of where my feet are. And I just run out and jump onto it. And then I roll down the spine. But yeah, the board broke like immediately. And I nut shot. That was like one of the worst nut shots I've ever done.
Holy shit. Yeah. Can you move the microphone just a little bit closer? Thanks, bro.
Yeah.
Okay. How far did you have to jump from the bowl to the board?
I tried to not put it too far so I'd make sure I'd make it. I mean, there's a couple of feet.
You weren't even wearing a helmet or nothing?
No.
bro.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah. And that was on like that, and then all like the different like skate pages and like the fail pages and stuff started posting that on Instagram. That went super viral on Instagram. And I didn't even have, I had like a personal Instagram at the time. I wasn't even posting on Instagram at all. I didn't even think to be posting on Instagram.
Shit.
And I saw that and I was like, oh shit, like this, like, cause someone sent it to me and I was like, holy fuck. So I went on there and was like, messaging all the pages they posted. I'm like, hey, that's me. Can you tag me in it? And then everyone started tagging me in the stuff. And then I started getting a bunch of followers from that. And then I started like thinking, okay, I should definitely be posting on Instagram like all the time.
And how long ago was this?
This was like in 2016.
So 2016,
Yeah.
6 years ago, right?
Yeah.
6-7 years ago, right? So that starts to gain traction.
Mm-hmm.
What is like?
So the next thing, I started posting on Instagram a lot. I'm getting a decent amount of followers, but no, it wasn't too crazy yet. The next thing I do was the suicide vest, and I posted that. And
can you pull that up? Type in Zack Holmes suicide vest. Is that what you would look up?
Yeah,
Okay.
that would work.
Okay, so let's see this shit, dude. Let's see it. And so that's the big one.
Yeah, that was one of the bigger things.
Let's see if this comes up. There we go.
Yeah.
Is that firecrack suicide right there? Is that was this put on your YouTube?
Yeah, it was. So the thing is, like, my original YouTube got terminated for dangerous activities. So it's just up on other people's that reposted it now.
Oh my god! All right, let's see this. So, oh shit! All right, explain to us exactly what's happening.
Yeah,
right here.
so I have the firecrackers like taped onto me, wrapped around my body. My friend's lighting it right now.
Oh my god,
And
dude!
now we're just waiting. And I think only one of them went off, but they both.
Oh shit, dude!
Yeah.
Dude!
Yeah. And then I thought it would be a good idea to jump into the snow after I got burned. Horrible idea. Just fucking horrible.
For the people listening, I mean, you literally lit yourself on fire and then you jump into the snow. Why did the snow make it worse?
I don't know. Instant cold from the burn. Like, it just doesn't help the burns at all.
Holy shit.
You think it would, but it doesn't.
Yeah, well, you would think like dumping water on you would be good, but I guess from the hot to the cold, it's like a glass when it's hot, and then you put in the cold, it fucking cracks.
It fucking sucks.
So what happened after that one? Did you have to go to the hospital, or no? You didn't.
Yeah, I didn't. I didn't go to the hospital for that because I didn't like. Since I got out of jail, I had to go to the hospital a lot for different things.
Yeah.
For different stupid stunt stuff, and then it got to the point where I had to start going to different hospitals because the hospital in that town I was living in, they kept trying to put me on like psych holds because they thought I was insane, and like I kind of am, but like not like that. You know, like I wasn't like they thought I was like trying to harm myself, and I mean I was, but not like that.
But not
you know?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, like
there's a difference.
They didn't understand like that I was doing it for like a video thing.
This is comedy, man.
Yeah.
It's. I mean, this is. I mean, Evel Knievel was like probably one of the OGs, right?
Yeah.
Just doing like crazy fucking shit.
Yeah.
People would have thought that it was crazy and definitely could have died and fucked himself up really bad. But there's a huge difference from trying to hurt yourself and hurt yourself.
Yeah.
So you do this video, and what happens?
So from there, like a bunch of places on Instagram and like other outlets online were sharing it a lot. And they're all tagging me and stuff in it. And there's a couple like articles written about it and stuff. And then like Steve-O saw it because I was wearing an XYZ hat, and that was XYZ was like a skate company back in the early 2000s, like the 90s and early 2000s. And they were like giving me merch and stuff because they sort of like had like a resurgence like at the time when I was making videos. And Steve-O saw it because of that, because the XYZ page posted it. And then he wanted to he hit up the XYZ guys and like reached out and was like, yeah, I want to like talk to this guy.
Wow.
Or like maybe make some sort of video with him. And he had never really done that before with anyone, like it's just a random person online, you know? And then he ends up like we start talking, and then he like decides he's gonna fly me out and like we're gonna make some video together.
No fucking way. So how does he reach out to you?
The guy from XYZ, I was already talking to him a lot because we were like sort of just like building some sort like a relationship, just like for like that stuff. Because they were sending me merch and all this other stuff. And they're like, yeah, Steve wants to talk to you and like wants to make a video with you and like collab and whatnot. And I was like, hell yeah, that's amazing. You know, let's do it. And then, you know, next thing I know, you know, I'm flying to LA to go make some video. I don't even know what we're going to be doing. And I get there and he's like, yeah, he's like, well, how do you feel about cacti? And I was like, I don't know. I was like, I mean, I've never really experienced them because I live in Indiana, but, you know, I'll do whatever. And I get there and we end up coming up with this idea where we're going to like, I'm going to skateboard into these cacti, you know, but it's going to look like I'm going to try to jump them or whatever just to make it funnier. And fucking, we set this whole thing. I'm thinking it's just going to be like this little cactus patch. And I get there and it's this giant like cactus patch. It's pretty gnarly. The needles are huge and everything. It's fucked up. And they're like, yeah, you're gonna like wear this duct tape thong and everything. And I was like, dude, like that's hilarious. Like I'll do it, you know. And you know, so we set everything up. Then we're like, okay, it's getting dark. Let's do it tomorrow. So then I was thinking about it all night. Like, what the fuck? You know, it's gonna suck. And then but the next day comes, you know, and we go out there and we fucking film this. And like it was fucked up. It was so fucked. Like I had like the needles. Like I skate into it. I get stuck. Steve-O has to pull me out with a rope, and like, and the cactus started breaking, and I almost like fell like farther down where it would have been like a rescue mission like needed. That was pretty scary. And then, yeah, I got out. We started pulling the needles out, but then it became like a bigger problem because we noticed like how many needles were actually in me, and some of them were in very deep.
Yeah,
you know, so we're like, yeah, like they started to look infected by like the next day. Because we read like, oh, that it would be okay, like it should be okay, and then like and we talked to like the Dudesons or something about it, and they were like, because they had done some stuff with cacti, and they were like, yeah, like it's gonna get infected, and then like we, you know, it already started getting infected, and I had this horrible sunburn from when we were filming too, so I just look fucked up. And we go to this urgent care and just tell them what, you know, what I did or whatever. And they're like, yeah, we can't even take all the needles out. Like that would be like a surgical like thing. So, you know, but we'll give you antibiotics and you have sun poisoning, you know, all this other stuff. Like they had to give me like steroids because of the sunburn.
And they couldn't pull them all out.
They couldn't pull them out. They said like when you take the antibiotics, you know, they'll start rejecting and you can start pulling them out as it goes. But I had like a staph infection from it.
Holy shit, dude.
But it took like 3 months to get all the needles out.
What goes through your mind before you do something like this? Do you get like super nervous, excited? Like
it's like a mixture of things.
Because you know it's going to be fucking terribly painful.
Yeah.
do you have like a super high pain tolerance? Like,
yeah. I mean, I guess I do. But at the same time, like, you know, it still hurts, you know?
Absolutely. But after it's done,
yeah,
what goes through your brain?
Usually if like the footage is cool, you know, as long as it's good, I'm like stoked, you know? It's like worthwhile at that point.
I absolutely love that. So you go through this experience, right? Like you're meeting Steve-O, you're creating content with Steve-O. It goes terribly wrong. Or right, either way you want to look at it.
It definitely went right, like
for sure.
That video is needed, like because it helped like so much. Like and then like after that, like, the video it went really fucking viral. Like that was like the most viral thing I've ever done. Like at that point, like,
yeah.
Because Steve-O posted it on all his pages, and then I posted it too. It was everywhere, and you know, so a lot of people saw that, so that was cool. It was like. Like on his Facebook, it was like 67 million or something. Like it was kind of gnarly.
Shit.
Yeah, it was good. And then like a little bit before that though, I got approached about making a TV show, and I was just in the process of figuring that out. So that actually helped sell the show like even more. Because of that, so it would just make because they already had tons of like viral stuff, so it would have still probably worked out.
Yeah,
but it just
kind of pushed it over the ledge.
Pushed it over. Yeah.
So you start out as this young kid making this crazy fucking content, right? Trying to sell DVDs.
Yeah.
You're about to get expelled. You drop out. You go to jail. You do all of these things.
Yeah.
Flash forward all these fucking years later,
Yeah.
and you're about to do a TV show. You're making content with Steve-O. What the fuck is going through your brain at this moment? Because like everything is now starting to come together, right?
Yeah. It's like, I don't know. It's really surreal. It's just like crazy to me. Like at the time, like I wasn't even like, I was just like trying not to think about it too much. So
Yeah.
I was like, I wasn't trying to like freak myself out, you know, like all this stuff's actually happening, you know? But I was like, I don't know, it just felt right. Like I felt like, you know, this is like what I should be doing, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. What are your parents like? What are your family like? What are they saying? Like,
You know, they were like, they were like, once the TV show thing happened, they were definitely more like understanding of what was, you know, what I've been doing, and they understood like, okay, he actually did end up being, you know, it did end up being something. You know?
yeah. What was the TV show again?
It was called Too Stupid to Die.
Too Stupid to Die.
Yeah.
And what was the premise of that?
It was just sort of like my friends and I in Indiana. So some of the people that I did stuff when I was in high school with, and some other new people. It was just us doing like stupid, like Jackass
Just
stuff.
Jackass shit. You
Yeah.
got it up, Tyler? Let's check it out. Here we go. Too Stupid to Die. What did it premiere on?
It was on MTV.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Why am I saying? I fucking totally knew that. Damn, that was 2018, bro.
Yeah.
Filming that experience, your first TV show.
Yeah, I mean, it was fun. It was a good experience. Like, it ended up being on like regular TV and not on streaming. But like that, so at that time though, it was like everything was starting to be about streaming.
Yes.
And it was just like, I was like, sort of like, fuck, like it's cool to have a show right now, but it's not like what, like it could, like, I don't know. I learned a lot from it though.
Yes.
Like, you know, cause it only lasted a season.
Yeah.
But you know, it was a good like learning experience.
Yeah, but it was a launch pad too.
Yeah, it was
right?
definitely a launch pad.
Right.
It helped a lot.
I'm definitely sure.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy to think, right? Like before it was like streaming was like, no, like,
Yeah.
and now it's like, no, you want to be on streaming, right? Because you're going
Yeah.
to get in front of more eyes. But still, it was definitely a launch pad for your career.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Right. And you're definitely starting to make some money. The pieces of the puzzle are starting to come together. So you do Too Stupid to Die. And this is just like you and your friends from back in the day?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like some of them and some new people.
All right. And how would you guys come up with the ideas for that show?
We just were all like coming up with like different ideas, like there's things that we thought were like crazy, but like there was like a format where like, because when you get into like all like Jackass, they were just able to do whatever. It's like, you know, prank, stunt, this, that,
Yeah.
you know, but like everything else, like most networks will make you have some sort of storyline or something. Like, why are they doing this? It's like, it's because it's fucking fun.
Yes.
Or this or that. You know, it's not like, it's really that simple, you know, but they always add like some other thing. Like, why are they doing this? Like, oh, like this person can't get a job and now we have to do that. You know, it's like, you know, it's like,
like
well,
irrelevant shit.
Yeah. So it's like, we had to come up with stuff like along those lines too. And then like barely like half of the stuff we actually came up with like ended up getting used, and then they're like, they had like other people, like other producers coming up with stuff. And like, oh, you guys are doing this today, and it's like, okay, whatever, you know. So we're just doing that stuff too. I mean, it was fun.
Yeah.
It was fun doing it though.
Yeah, and especially getting to do it with some of your friends too.
Yeah.
Right, that's got to be an enjoyable experience. Did they give you guys some creative freedom though?
Yeah, I mean, there was a decent amount.
Yeah.
Like I had a lot of say in what was going on, but then also, you know, I didn't have a lot to say.
Yeah,
You know,
I get that.
yeah, but that happens with anything that you like you know, are pretty much signing over the rights to. You know?
100%, especially being, you know, not new at it, but this is like
Yeah.
your first show and all
Yeah.
of that. So that does make sense. Maybe the outcome could have been different if they would have given you full creative freedom, though.
Yeah.
I think that happens a lot of times when, you know, no disrespect to the producers, but like producers come in that don't really. They're not living your world, right?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
so things can be completely different when these producers come in compared to like if they gave you the full creative rights to just
Yeah.
fucking go bonkers.
Yeah.
Right. What was some of the craziest shit that you got to do on that show though?
I did this one thing where I was like trying to fish with like you ever heard of body suspension?
No.
Where you like, it's like they put like hooks through your body.
Oh
and you,
fuck
like,
yeah. Ooh.
I did. One of my friends is a piercer, and we put like a bunch of hooks through like my stomach, and we put bait on the hooks. And I was like trying to get these fish to like eat it or whatever, and then like that was pretty gnarly. I did like an Evel Knievel tribute like stunt thing where I jumped this motorcycle and all this shit. That was fun. I did we did a bunch of other like little things. It was cool.
Were you like riding bikes? Is that like your thing? Like
no, not really. Like that was like pretty new to me.
And so what did you do on the bike?
On like the motorcycle.
Yeah,
like
the motorcycle.
Yeah, I pretty much went in like they just like set up this ramp and they're like, you're gonna jump this, and I was just like, okay, like I guess you'll see what happens.
Holy shit!
And so yeah, I did that jump, and then I almost like it looked like I was like I would have if the bike had like actual proper suspension, I would have probably landed it.
Oh shit!
But it did not, and so I just bounced off, and then I go through a bunch of drywall and stuff.
Did you hurt yourself really bad?
I like fucked up my shoulder doing that, but it wasn't that bad.
Now, when you fuck up your shoulder, do you have to stop filming, or you guys? Just
that was like one of the like close to the end of it because they thought I was gonna get hurt, so we filmed that like almost to the end of filming. For
that one's pretty freaking gnarly, especially if that's not your thing, right?
yeah. It was like pretty new territory for me. Like they set up. It was funny. Like there was like a stunt coordinator that would like sort of like be like, okay, this is safe to do, this isn't, whatnot. But ultimately, we knew like a lot of the stuff we weren't doing was safe.
You're for sure.
That we were doing was So, but it was funny. They set up all these boxes, like thinking thinking that I would to make me think I was gonna land in them. But like from where they set it up, like they like figured out like the how fast they should go and with the trajectory of the ramp. That like I would actually not land on that at all. Like it was just there for show, pretty much.
Holy shit!
And yeah, so it worked out perfect though. Like I would have landed if there would have been suspension.
Why wasn't there suspension on this bike? Was that on purpose?
I don't think they wanted me to land it.
Fuck, dude. How far was the jump?
It was like I don't know. Let me see. I can pull. Let me see if I can find.
Holy shit, dude! Someone that's never done this. I mean, it was far.
It was a decent jump.
I mean, dude, even 10 feet is far.
Yeah.
Like that shit's crazy. Like, would you ever do something like that, Tyler?
I'm not a big dirt bike guy.
Yeah.
Not a chance.
I mean, come on, man. Like, dude, you definitely push the limit. Like, that's the craziest fucking thing, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Oh my god, this is taking forever to. This always happens to me when I'm trying to find.
No, don't even trip, man. I get it. Yeah, I mean, 2018, a lot has come since then. Okay,
this is like the.
Can we airdrop it to the computer?
Let me.
Let's watch this shit, dude.
Let me share this.
I love it, man.
Should just be like MacBook Pro.
Okay.
I don't know if you got to turn the Wi-Fi on.
Here. Yeah, there we go.
Boom. Here we go. Let's check this shit out. All right. So, people just listening, tell them what's about to happen.
Okay. Yeah, I'm doing this. I'm sort of dressed up as Evel Knievel. Not officially. They did not sign off on this, so we were hoping we weren't going to get sued.
Here we go. Oh my god, dude. Holy shit. Fuck that, dude. Oh, yeah, you... Oh, you came very close to land. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. You're totally right, bro.
Yeah.
If there was suspension on that bike, you would have totally fucking landed that, dude.
Yeah.
And for someone that's never done that shit before, like, good job. Good fucking job. Oh, yeah, that's actually turned out a lot better than I was thinking.
Yeah.
So, okay, you go through the show, right? What happened after that?
So after, it like, we were just sort of like in this limbo, like trying to figure out if we're going to get like a season 2 or not. And we ended up not getting that. But, yeah, it just ended up not happening. So it was like, that sucked, because I was like hoping that we would get another season of it and we could do some things differently.
Yeah.
But it ended up not happening, but it was ultimately like a good learning experience. Like I knew other things would come,
Absolutely.
Because I mean, like, yeah, not every show lasts
forever. Dude, most people don't even get a chance at one show.
Yeah.
Right. So you even getting a TV show on MTV. Like, that's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Right. A kid from a small town in Indiana making just content at the beginning of like this whole YouTube and social media, wave. And then flash forward all these years later, to then having a TV show on MTV.
Yeah.
Right. Do you having that experience in jail, right?
Yeah.
Do you think that's kind of what turned the switch on for sure?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely like helped me like think about it, think about like, what do I really want to do? You know, like, is this like something, do I want to be working like at Walmart forever,
Absolutely.
Because like there was like nothing, like, I mean, there's nothing wrong with working at Walmart, but like that's just not what I really want to
No,
do.
I get that.
You know?
Yeah. Do you think that if you wouldn't have gone to jail, that you would have started creating content again?
I don't think so. At least
That's crazy.
Probably not. I don't think I would be here right now.
It's so crazy to hear, because a lot of times when people are faced with adversity and challenges, right, they either go this way or they go that way. Right?
Yeah.
And a lot of people just kind of stick to the safe path.
Yeah, it's like I don't know, like everyone like my family and everyone, like they were like, oh, do the probation, do this, do that, and like I had so many people telling me to do that, and I was just like, no, that's not what I should do.
Yeah.
I shouldn't fucking do that. Like, I'm gonna be stuck here forever, and like I just have I had like bigger dreams than that town.
Yeah,
like there's like most people in Indiana will like get like a factory job, or like work in a steel mill or some some shit like that, and like get married and like live there, like forever, and then have kids, and then that's it. And like I just don't want to do that.
Yeah, the small town vibes, man. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, there's
right?
definitely nothing wrong with that.
Not at all.
That's fine.
But that's not you.
That's not me.
No, that's not your
Yeah.
MO, right? So, flash forward back to the show, right? I mean, that had to be a hard pill to swallow. Not getting that second season.
Yeah,
right?
it definitely was. And like, it was, that was definitely not fun, and then like I really didn't I didn't have anything like really big after that for a while. But like maybe like 6 months or so after that show, I had I was here, I heard that they might be making another Jackass movie.
Yeah.
And I heard about it from this guy Van Toffler, he was the person that was running the production company that made my show, but he used to be the CEO of Viacom.
Okay.
So he is original, he greenlit a lot of really dope shows for MTV. Like Jersey Shore, Jackass, like all like Beavis and Butthead, like all that kind of stuff. So he was around for all that stuff. So he's good friends with the Jackass guys. But they had like a meeting or whatever, and that they asked about me in the meeting, and they were like, just saying what's up, with this guy, we might want to use him, And so I knew that could potentially happen, and I was just waiting. I was waiting for a fucking year.
Dude.
For that to happen. And then finally, they ended up I get a DM from a random account on Instagram from someone that I'd never not verified, nothing wasn't from Knoxville or Tremaine or anyone like that.
Yeah.
It was just random. It was just somebody that also works with them. And I looked them up and I'm like, oh, okay, they worked on the Jackass movies. And they're like, oh, we're making some 20th anniversary special thing. And they were making it sound like it was a documentary. And they just wanted to talk to me for it, so I could be involved in it in some way. And so that's what I went into it thinking. And then the next thing I know, I'm in a meeting with Knoxville and Tremaine. And then they're still acting like it's this special because they're not trying to let people know they're making another movie yet. And I was like, okay, interesting, But I was trying to be on board for that, and I went to them with a bunch of ideas that I had too. And they liked that. It was cool. It was a really crazy experience, meeting them. Then I had another meeting with them, and then they're like, yeah, it's actually the movie. It's
holy
not,
shit.
and I was like, holy shit, And then a few more months go by, and we're doing the pre-shoot, which is it wasn't officially greenlit yet. But they had, some newer people come in like me, and they were testing it out with the OG cast pretty much. And so I was just doing we had 2 days of filming, and they only had me there for one of the days, and we did that, and it went really fucking well. It was great. The vibes were great.
Yeah.
They got good footage. They sent it to Paramount, and they were like, yeah, to go. So, next thing I know, we're in a few months, we're going to be filming for the movie. And that was pretty crazy. But But we started filming. Then we started filming, and it was like we were filming for like 2 weeks. And at this point, I'm not even like in the. I'm just someone that they would call like occasionally to be in the movie. That's initially how it was supposed to be.
Yeah.
And then COVID happens, and we can't, like, the whole thing gets shut down. And we're down for 7 months, and we don't know what's going to be happening next.
Oh my gosh.
And then, like, in that COVID time, like, I'm, like, pitching ideas and, like, other stuff, and just, like, asking, like, when are we going to start filming again? Like, you know, I have nothing going on, you know? And then they hit me up, and they're like, yeah, we actually, like, want you to be, like, more of, like, a main part of the movie.
Yeah.
And I was like, sick, that's awesome. And then we started filming again, but we had to. There was all the crazy COVID restrictions.
Yeah.
We were one of the first like productions back, from Paramount, like during COVID, and it was just like Jackass Forever and Mission Impossible at the time that was filming.
Holy shit.
So we were like, you know, having a COVID test like all the time, like staying like a certain bubble of people,
Yeah.
like, trying not to get COVID so we can film. Yeah.
Strange times, but
Yeah.
that had to be so fucking surreal, right?
Oh yeah.
Like take the COVID out of it, right?
Yeah.
You are now filming a fucking movie,
Yeah.
being a main character in Jackass Forever.
Yeah.
In your entire wildest fucking dreams, was that ever an idea? Like a thought?
No, I mean, like, so many people can like say like, oh, you should be in Jackass forever, you know. But like, I never thought that would fucking happen. I mean, that's always been the dream. Like, you know, that would be awesome to do
Yeah.
something with them. But I never thought I would like they would ever like let anyone be a part of the movie like that, you know.
Absolutely. I mean, here's my outtake on it, right? These guys, they're getting older, right? They're still doing crazy shit, right?
Yeah.
But there does come a time where you have to start passing down the baton. Doesn't mean Jackass is over. Doesn't mean
Yeah.
that they can't do it. But you're getting into your 50s, 60s, right? You have to start. If you want this thing to still live on,
Yeah.
it's the only way that it's going to work,
Yeah.
right? And was that like, from your experience, was that kind of like the idea behind it?
Yeah, I guess pretty much. Like, I don't really know. Like, there's no like real like plans to for sure make anything else, you know. So because it's, I mean, they always like approach it like it's the last one.
Yeah.
But you know, I'm happy that I was a part of that. You know, like
Right.
it's insane.
Like, I keep on going back to this question, and I don't want to dive deeper into that, right? So, what does your family think now?
I mean, they were really happy for me that I was able to do it. They were worried,
Of course.
you know, that I was going to get really hurt, but I actually didn't get that hurt during the movie.
Which is crazy because you did some
Yeah,
crazy fucking
I
shit.
definitely did, but like, I came out pretty good, honestly.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, what is that experience like, though, right? Because you're in this COVID bubble, which is
Yeah.
strange all in itself, and you're filming with these fucking legends, which
Yeah.
is strange all in itself. What was like day one like?
It was like, I don't know. It was. I went into it saying that even if I was scared of doing something, that I was gonna do it anyways.
Yeah.
You know, like I was not gonna say no, like to
Yeah.
anything, even if it sounded like I was gonna get like severely hurt, because I was just like, I don't want to regret not doing something. You know, that could
absolutely.
be good, like in the movie. So you know, we ended up doing like, I just went into it sort of with that mindset, and then like, and it was just like, it was crazy, like having all those guys like become my friends like along the way, you know.
Yeah,
Because at first, like, it was a little like, you know, they're a little standoffish to the new guys, but
for sure.
but then, you know, it all like, you know, we became like a family, you know.
Absolutely. How long was filming?
It was like months, dude. Well, I mean, not including the 7th month
Yeah.
like thing. Like, we probably filmed for like maybe like 6 months, maybe more.
Damn, bro. So you start out as just kind of being this little side thing to now
Yeah.
being a
Yeah.
main character in it. What is the like? How do you guys come up with the ideas? Right? Because when you're younger, you're just bouncing ideas. But like,
Well, they have like writers' rooms and stuff, but it's mainly like the OG cast coming up with ideas. And Knoxville had like tons of ideas already too, so a lot of them came from him. And then like, you know, but being in the cast, you have the opportunity to like pitch like ideas,
Yeah.
you know. And so I did, you know, some of them I got to do, some of them did not, you know, but yeah, that's sort of how it worked. Like it was just like going to them with ideas, you know.
What was the craziest experience, like the craziest stunt that you did out of all of that?
The craziest stunt, um, there were so many like one of the moments where I was this like the most scared was when we did the it was like when they turn off all the lights with the rattlesnake. Dude, because I legit thought that I was like that we were in the room with the snake, and I was like, I did not see it coming at all because I thought like because they came up, Jeff came up to me and was like, okay, Knoxville's gonna do this thing called like rattlesnake cookie or something, and you know you and Poopies are gonna be in there just like watching it happen, and I was like, okay, and he's like supposed to just take this cookie off the snake's head. And we go in there, and they bring out the rattlesnake. It's a real rattlesnake, you know. It's going around the room and shit. And they're like, you know, they're telling us like what would happen if you get bit by it and all this stuff. And then I go and like Jeff's like, hey, like this kind of shit happens a lot. But he came in and was like, hey, you guys need to change shirts. You and Poopies are wearing like too similar of shirt, like, you know, and you guys are wearing all black. Like, you need to lighten up the mood, like, you know. So I was like, okay, whatever. I wasn't thinking anything of it, you know. He's like being really nice to me and stuff, and I'm just like, he's like, nice haircut and all this other stuff, like just making me feel like, you know, really comfortable. And then like we go back in the room and like almost like no one's in there, and then the lights just shut off and the door slams behind us, and I'm like, oh my god. But like right before that, they act like they dropped the snake like out of the thing, and I was like, oh my fucking god, dude. But yeah, from then that was just like the most terrifying thing ever because they're fucking with us, and then they put this thing on me and it felt like I got bit by something.
Yeah.
And so I'm freaking the fuck out. And there's like this way out of the room or whatever. You've seen it.
Yeah,
but,
of course.
You know,
Dude, I was dying.
Yeah.
I was fucking dying.
that was fucking scary. When I did like the motorcycle jump for them, like on the human ramp
Yeah.
thing, that was like I've done something similar, obviously, because we just saw that.
Yeah.
But I was like I had like an inner ear infection that day, and like my equilibrium was off. And I was like, not like, this was like worst timing for me to be having this problem. And I get there and Jeff's like, yeah, we're going to have you jump a motorcycle. Like, you've done that before, right? And I was like, yeah, I'm down, you know, let's do it. And fucking, I'm like, the whole day I'm like dizzy and shit. Like it was not, like I was not having it. And then I do the jump and like eat shit, you know. And as soon as I hit the ground and like, I get up and like I just felt better. Like I didn't feel like shit anymore. Like everything was just fine.
It just knocked it into place.
Yeah.
No fucking way.
Yeah, it was just better. They should maybe use that as a treatment option.
Just smack someone in the face. You're all good. Holy shit. No way.
Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy, dude. Looking back at that entire time, like watching the guys do their thing, like what the fuck was that like?
Oh, that was cool too. I mean, also, I just want to say, the cactus thing I did for them, that was gnarly too. It took like a month and a half to get those needles out. And the same thing, staph infection again. Yeah, it was gnarly.
Would you ever do it again?
If it was for a Jackass thing, sure.
Yeah.
Like, as long as it was something bigger. Like, you know, like, when I say bigger, I mean just like a crazier like thing.
Yeah,
where
of course.
It would just need to be worthwhile, like what I'm doing it for. Because like the risk and reward, like now when I do, I don't really do stunt stuff all the time. Like I used to all the time, but I don't feel like I have to anymore.
Yes.
You know, it's just like I don't have anything to prove. Like, you know, I'm not trying to prove anything anymore.
Nothing.
It's just like I'm just like if something comes up and I want to do it, I will. But it's like the risk and reward thing. Like, is it actually worth doing? You know,
Absolutely.
Where is this gonna be? You know, is it worth doing right now?
Yeah,
You know?
I totally get that. Going back, like watching, you know, Johnny Knoxville and Steve-O and
it was so cool seeing all that stuff unfold and seeing how it is. It was just like, it was fucking exciting, and it was just it was one of like the best times like I've had in my life, honestly.
Yeah. What was the last day of filming like?
The last day of filming was, well, I'm trying to think the exact last day, but like we did like we were filming the opening for 4.5. It was the last day because, like, you know, they film so much and like it's all technically for forever.
Yeah.
But like, you know, they take all the stuff that doesn't go in and put it in 4.5. But we had to film the opening scene for 4.5, and that That was fun. That was really fun. We were just having like a beach party, pretty much. You've
Yeah.
probably seen that. And then, yeah, it was a great day. It was fun, and like, you know, we were just all hanging out and just chilling, doing stupid shit. It was a good time.
Dude, that when Jackass Forever came out, like first off, like kudos to you, man. Like just
Thank
like
you.
hearing your story, like where you came from to where you're at today is just, it just shows that anything is fucking possible.
Thanks.
Anything is fucking possible. If you're willing to put in the hard work and you have that just dialed in focus, you can fucking achieve it.
Yeah.
But most people are too scared. Most people are too reserved.
Yeah.
They're not willing to just give it all. And I don't know, man. Like it's just, it is very inspiring, you know?
Thank you.
When it was all wrapped up, looking back at it, like, what are you most proud of?
I'm just proud that I didn't like say I wasn't gonna. You know, I didn't say like I wasn't gonna do something. You know, I'm just happy that I had like it was just such a fucking good time. Dude.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just happy that I got to be a part of it.
Yeah. I mean, it's a legacy that'll live on, right?
Yeah.
So what came next after that? Like,
After
did things change in your life after that?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's like opening up doors to do tons of other stuff. It took a little bit of time, you know. I mean, like the movie came out, and then the thing is, so now it's like I've had like different opportunities come up too, but it's just like some things I haven't done just because like I don't want to do stunt stuff forever. Like it helped me get my foot in the door to do things, but like I'm trying to do like more comedy stuff.
Yeah.
Like I'm doing stand up. I'm doing like like little like skit videos and shit. I'm trying to like I made a prank show like after Jackass. And that was fun.
What was it called?
It was called Your Pranks Our Show. And it was like we take like clips of different different like user generated content, and then we'll do like our own version of it and like or try to make it better.
Where could you watch that?
It's on the Fail Army channel, which is on like if you have like Pluto TV or like if you have the Fail Army app, you can like watch all of it on there.
Yeah.
So and there's like a couple other ways to watch it, like on like there's like TiVo's still a thing. I didn't know that. I found out from doing the show.
Really?
Yeah, and then like there's some other. It's just like all these like free like channel things,
Yeah.
you know. And there's like some other ways you can watch it too. But the easiest way is just the Fail Army app or the Fail Army channel.
That's so cool, man. So that definitely opened up a lot more doors. You're
Yeah.
working on stand-up comedy now.
Yeah, doing stand up. I'm writing. Like I wrote for some different things, like different shows and stuff. I wrote a movie. Trying to get that made or just sell the script.
Okay.
That's looking good. And like I have some other pilots that I'm getting ready to start like filming for in January, and then like I'm starting to act now, which is like not something that I was doing before, but something that I really want to do. So I'm just like working on all that and like getting all my ducks in a row so I can, you know, start doing that kind of stuff. It's just like I love stunt stuff was awesome, you know, and it is. I love doing that stuff. I still will do it, but like I want to do something that like I'm not always just hurting myself.
Of course,
all the time.
of course.
Because like at first, like when I started like pivoting like on my social media, like I had fans that would be like, you know, why aren't you like doing this crazy stuff anymore? When are you gonna post another stunt video and all this other stuff? But it's like I'm not just a stunt person.
Of
you
course.
know? Like there's so much more to it, and
Yeah.
like, I have so much. I'm finding the same amount of joy and sometimes more from doing the comedy stuff. You know.
Where do you see this all going?
I don't know. I mean, like I like ideally, like I wanted to be doing stand up, like you know, I mean, like eventually having like a special or something, you know, just like doing that kind of stuff. I want to start acting like a lot. Like I think that would be really fun.
I could see it for sure. For
like
sure.
doing stuff like that. Yeah, just like whatever I can do, really, and like you know, I don't really. Like, you know, sky's the limit, you know. I'm just trying to do everything at this point.
Yeah. I mean, it's so good to branch out and not pigeonhole yourself to this one thing, right? Because if you pigeonhole yourself to this one thing, well, then you're going to be typecasted in this one thing forever, right? So you have this opportunity where you just came off of this massive fucking hit. I mean, Jackass Forever was a huge hit. It's what got me, I think, back to the movies for the first time.
Yeah,
After the whole COVID thing,
a lot of
right?
people like
A
that.
lot of people,
Yeah.
and I've seen it multiple times now. And that is amazing, right?
Yeah.
And you could either take that and just stick with this, or you could just branch out. And it's just so
Yeah.
cool to see that you're doing all these things and becoming very multifaceted.
Yeah.
It's very, very, very unique. Your stand-up process, right? When you're like, do you actually like write it out? Like, what is that whole experience like?
Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. It just depends. Like, usually I just writing a lot of stuff in my notes app on my phone.
Yeah.
And then just like going and trying it, you know.
Did you ever think you'd be doing it?
I mean, I've always wanted to do stand up. Like the first, like I remember I did like a talent show in like not middle school. It was elementary school, and I did stand up when I was like younger. It's always something I've liked. But like I've never like done it like this, you know. So it's been cool though. I've been having a good time doing it.
How often do you get out to do it?
Well, I mean, I hadn't done it in like 6 months until last night. And now I'm like doing it again. So it's like lit another fire under me to want to do it more.
Dude, you got to,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
It's just
Like
repetition.
something you need to be doing all the time too. And I was just like being a little lazy and doing some other stuff. You know?
Absolutely.
So it's just like definitely something I need to be doing all the time. Like you're really supposed to be doing open mics like every day.
Yeah.
And like all that kind of stuff. And that's like that's where I need to be, you know.
I mean, it's perfect for you, dude. It's like right up your alley. And to see what Steve-O's been able to do, right?
Oh yeah, he's doing great.
He's fucking
he's
crushing
touring.
it,
Yeah,
dude. He's crushing
it.
it, right? What's your relationship with these guys all this time later?
Yeah, I mean Steve-O's dope. Love him. We hang out and stuff. Everyone else, it's pretty much the same. Like, I mean, like we're all friends and everything. I can like text them, you know, whenever
Absolutely.
or whatever I want to, you know. We hang out and stuff.
So I just asked you a question ago. Where do you see this all going? Like writing. Do you think you'll ever like direct?
Yeah, I mean that's what I want to do as well. I mean, like I want to direct stuff. I want to make movies. I want to write movies. I want to sell shows. I want to like even if I'm not on camera, I want to be doing that stuff, you know, or like, and then like I also want to be doing stand up. I want to be in front of the camera. I want to do it all, you know. I'm just trying to do everything.
Ride this fucking wave, man.
Yeah.
Ride this wave and take it as far as you possibly can go. You
Yeah.
know, if I was your family, I'd be very proud of you. I'd be very proud of you, man, because you stuck with it. You didn't let anything fucking stop you, and you continued to push forward.
Yeah.
As we start to wrap this up, bro, I just really want to say thank you so much for coming out
Thank you
and
for
doing this
having me.
podcast, man. It means a lot to me, and you know, to see this fresh wave of new up and coming, you know, comedians and everything that you've done with Jackass, and you know, just sharing your crazy fucking stories. It's really inspirational, because regardless of whatever it is out there,
Yeah.
comedy, doctor, author, whatever it is, it's like take your formula, right, and you can put it towards anything,
Yeah.
right? Last question, right? Do you believe in aliens?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, no, I've had like a couple. I definitely seen some UFOs like in Indiana.
Seriously?
Yeah.
What happened?
Well, there was this one summer. It was happening a lot. Still don't really know why or what happened, but like me and my friends were like, we kept seeing, you know, like the ship. Like you played Halo, right?
A few times, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Well, like the ship that like the Covenant come out of, you
Okay,
know?
yeah.
Like we were seeing like these things that sort of looked similar, like flying around, but they would never get like too low to the ground, and then they would like. I mean, it could have been it could have been anything. Who fucking knows? But they were huge. It was sort of crazy, and like we couldn't fucking fit. Like it wouldn't, like every time we would try to film it, it wouldn't, like my camera just wouldn't work. Like it was gnarly. Like it happened for for like 2 months and then never again.
Wait a minute. You would try to film it and your camera wouldn't work.
Yeah.
It's so funny because I've heard stories of like like Air Force pilots trying to use their like their tracking system, and it would like jam it.
Yeah.
Right? And so to hear that, I mean, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
What do you think it is? Like, do you think it's
I
like
don't-
extraterrestrial, or
I don't know. I mean, it could just be government stuff. Who fucking knows? But then again, like, I don't know. There's definitely, you know, we're such a small little blip, like
Yeah.
in the solar system. You know, there's
100%.
definitely other stuff out there. You know, who knows? Like,
Absolutely.
what that.
I mean, just look at the trajectory for us, right? If we stay on this path for another 1,000, 10,000, 100,000 years,
Yeah.
we'll be able to. I mean, just look what's happened in the past 20 years, just with the iPhone, the advent of the iPhone, and technologies in our lifetime. Because you're 31, I'm turning 36 in like a week, right? And we grew up in this era before it, and then after it, right? And you've just seen these huge advancements in technologies in such a short period of time. I mean, you look back at society before like the 1850s, right? It is like pretty much like the same shit for thousands of years, right? Have you watched Graham Hancock's new special, Ancient Apocalypse?
No, I haven't.
You got to check it out, man.
I will.
You have to check it out. But yeah, brother, man, where can people check your stuff out?
Yeah, you can find me at ZackAss on Instagram.
Yeah.
Then ZackAss on YouTube, and that's pretty much it. Honestly, I don't really do any other social. I'm on Twitter as well.
All right.
ZackAss the movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or maybe it's ZackAss World. I don't remember.
So Elon Musk didn't get you to get off of Twitter?
No, I'm on Twitter. I'm staying on it. I'm watching everything burn down.
Let's go, baby.
Twitter's fun, dude.
I love it, brother. I love it. Thank you so much, brother. Have a good night, people.
Hell yeah.
Smooches. Boom. Come on, brother. Thank you, dude.
Thank you.
You.
That was sick.
You're a gentleman and a scholar.